Yo, Jackson, my man, dude. How's it going, bro? Listen, we have a little investment we're going to need to make today, so you're going to have to go ahead and transfer the remaining funds from my offshore into my main here in the States. Yeah, all of it. Yeah, all $1 billion.
$100 billion.
Exactly. Yeah, we're making an investment in some advanced technology. Elon wants it on this ship, but listen, between you and me, the seller, they don't want to do anything with him. After the Twitter fiasco, they're not even remotely interested in touching him. That's right. Yeah, I'm just counting my money right now. Looks like I got about $45, so I'm gonna have to ask you to transfer the remaining of it into my savings here in the States like I asked. What's the tech, you ask? Call of Duty Wonder Weapons. How you doing, friends? My name is Alex. Welcome to the video. Today we are going to be ranking every single Treyarch Wonder Weapon by price. Now, the other night I was lying in bed and I was thinking about all of the microtransactions and all of the blueprints and loot crates and all the things that Activision has put inside of the game over the last few years. And I started thinking, what if Activision charges for Wonder Weapons? No. Wait. And it kind of broke my heart and I died inside a little bit. But then I thought, well, what would I pay for a Wonder Weapon? Would I pay $100? Would I pay $5? Should it be free only? I don't know. I could see something terrible like this happening. I really could. I know that's not what you want to hear, but I don't know. I could maybe see them doing something like this. So without further ado, let us rank all of the Treyarch Wonder Weapons by price. So as you can see, we have 115 being the top price tag. We got $80, $50, 25, 10, and 5. And then, of course, F tier would be for free. So the first Wonder Weapon that we have here on our list is, of course, the baby gun, the 3179 JGB 215 Z15. I don't know. Whatever. It's hard to read that font. And I think this one is going to go in the $25 category. It is a fun Wonder Weapon, but I don't feel like it could really save you. I don't think it's super cool. I know a lot of people are going to freaking flip out in the comments because they have like a hard on for this weapon, but literally it is a decent Wonder Weapon. It's fun, it's creative, but $25, it doesn't have that cool of a design. I think that's pretty fair. Maybe if it had different like alternate ammo types like the original prototype was supposed to have, maybe I would rank it higher, but for now I think I'd pay $25 for this. If the map was free, of course. We have to have free DLC, okay? That is a very important key to this ranking system. Acid Gat. Mob of the Dead is pretty good. I think we're going to rank the Acid Gat at $50. I think that's a fair price because it has the monkey bomb effect. It's on one of the most iconic maps of all time. It's super fun to use. It's an OP shotgun. It's on Blood of the Dead and Mob of the Dead, so hopefully there's a little crossover here with our blueprints Activision. Now let's move on to Alistair's Folly. All right, guys. I think this one is going to go in the 115 position because this is one of the best Wonder Weapons of all time, and I don't want to hear it otherwise. I don't want to hear a damn thing otherwise. This is one of the best Wonder Weapons ever. It has 3 tiers to upgrade. It's super easy to get. It's super easy to upgrade, but the upgrade is super fun. And you have the tornado, the like suction thing where it, sucks all the zombies down to the pits of hell. It has the fire damage thing. It has the green vomity thing that like makes the zombies in a daze. It has a lot of cool features. It's super OP. You can camp with this thing and use alchemical antithesis and get to some pretty high rounds. Apothecant Servant. This is going to probably be the most expensive thing we buy here. I would actually probably pay $10,000 for this one. So the Apothecant Servant is probably one of the best Wonder Weapons we've ever had. Is it the most fun? That's up for debate, but it is the most OP and the best looking, the most aesthetically pleasing. I think it's just such a badass Wonder Weapon, and it has to go next to the Folly at that 115 spot. So far, I have spent what, 230 plus 5280. We're over $300 already. Let's put a counter up on the screen. We're at like around 305, I think. So as you can see, we're spending a pretty penny on Wonder Weapons already. So now we have the Blundergat. So the Acid Gat is definitely better. And if the Blundergat was part of Mob of the Dead already, and then we could pay $50 to upgrade it, I could see that being a thing, but that's not the world we live in this Activision hellhole that we have put ourselves in. So this one's going to be $10. $10 I think is fair. That way it's, it's part of Mob. We pay $10 for it. Then you have the $50 $50 upgrade to add to the acid gat. Now you're just spending $60 and you have 2 wonder weapons. So that's a pretty good deal if we're going off of the, Apothicon Servant and the Folly for, $115. Now we have the Die Shockwave. I think that's what it is. I don't know what the DCD is, but I think that's the Shockwave. It's hard to tell, but we're going to put this at I'm going to put it at free. I don't really like the Shockwave. I think it's boring. I don't like how it's so clunky and big and it like takes up half of your screen. I do like the electric variant of it, which might push me up to $5, but the electric variant isn't on this list, so we're not going to pay for that. So, if they don't offer it, I can't pay for it, Death of Orion. This is a pretty fun wonder weapon. It's not as cool as the Wonder Waff. I like that it is a scorpion. It's a very cool aesthetic, but I don't think it's any more fun than the Blundergat, and the Wonder Waff is obviously more fun. It's better to use. This is going to be a $5 for me. I'll pay $5. Give me a scorpion. Why the hell not? Circuit's Kiss. I'm having a good time. No big deal. Demon Gate Bow. Now, this is probably one of the worst bows inside of Horizon Drock next to the Fire Bow. Fire Bow isn't terrible, but it's probably the worst bow. It's the coolest looking, but it's probably the worst one. I'm going to go with a solid free. Yeah, seems about right. It's not even that hard to get. It's not really anything interesting to get. It's just a free bow. Let's just get it. Come on, just give it to us, Treyarch. Give us that shit for free. Coming in at our next spot is the Fire Bow, and I think this is also a free bow. However, these are definitely going to go above the Die Shockwave. So the Fire Bow should also be free because you have to like acquire it by getting it in the air. Now it is on one of the best maps. We have 2 other bows that are just so much fucking better. So like, why would we even waste our money on these 2 lame ass bows? Next up, we have the Hand of Charon or Charon. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. This is a pretty cool wonder weapon. It's definitely one of the better gauntlets from Ancient Evil. And I like the effect that it has. It's hard to describe. It's like you shoot this blood, like, I don't know, curdling, energy thing at it. And then the zombies will like kind of walk in a daze and they will get stunned and they'll be like sucked underground. Let's roll the tape. It's actually pretty hard to describe. You kind of see what I mean, how it kind of sucks the zombies down into the pits of hell. It's a pretty interesting wonder weapon. It's not the best. It's not the worst. I think this is a solid $25 because I'm not a huge fan of the gauntlets anyway, so $25 for the best one I think is more than enough. And it seems about to be on par with the baby gun. Now we have the Hand of Gaia. This is the rock one. Sorry, $10. The Hand of Hermera. This is the light one that giant tube of light kind of comes down from the heavens and shines and kills all the zombies. This is definitely the worst of the bunch. Definitely going in the $5 category. The Hand of Uranus or Aranos is probably up there with the Hand of Charon, so I'm gonna give this a low 25. Like, I would get it for 25, but I don't know, we're pushing it up there. What is our count at now? It's got to be ridiculous. $385 right now. That is just astronomically high. I can't believe I'd spend this much money on wonder weapons. The jet gun. Now, I haven't really played Transit, so I don't think I am totally adequate to talk about this wonder weapon and give it a price, but I know everybody hates it, so that's why it's going down in the free category. It breaks. I know you have to get the parts all over again. It's not very OP, but it could be if it didn't break. Like, I know it's a weird spot, so it's like free, I think, is more than fair. Okay, now we're gonna go to the Kraken. So I love Black Ops 4. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I love it so much, but the Kraken, it's a weird weapon, man. It's not super OP, but it really can save your life if you want, especially that winter one. But I think this is probably a $10 weapon. I mean, if the upgrades were on here, we might be looking at a different story, but I think we are looking at a $10 weapon. This is bringing us up to almost $400 on wonder weapons. The KT4, one of my favorite wonder weapons. This is super OP. I love it. It's not as good as some of the tippy top ones, so it's going to be hitting that $80 spot. Our first $80 one, ladies and gentlemen. We're spending so much money, I don't even know what to do with myself. I'm literally gonna have to take out a second mortgage. The Magma Gat. This is definitely best variant of the Blunder Gat in the Acid Gat, but I still kind of think it's probably worth about 80 bucks. Yeah, I think so. Let me know what you think it's worth in the comments down below. Okay, now we have the Paralyzer. This is an interesting weapon. This is on Buried. It's pretty interesting because it has like infinite ammo and you can just kind of camp up there forever. I don't think this is that cool of a wonder weapon, but since it's super OP and you can kind of camp and do whatever the hell you want, I think this is a $50 rating. And it has to go over the Acid Gat because the Acid Gat is more of an iconic piece rather than a super OP piece like the Paralyzer can be. The Ray K84. I like the Ray K. I think it's pretty interesting. It's hard to use, actually. The switching from the disc that can, like, chop all the zombies off, I think you call it a blade. That thing is really hard to switch from when you're camping and trying to get to high rounds on Firebase Z. But the difficulty, you can master that. Anybody can learn it. So I think I'm going to give this a $25 price tag. This is probably going to go above all these other ones because it's at least strong enough to get you to round 100. Now, the standard ray gun, it is iconic. I know it's not as OP as some of the other weapons on this list, but I'm going to have to go with free. I'm going to have to do it. It's been in so many games. Do you think we could buy this wonder weapon 70,000 times? We would all be dead. We would all be broke. We would all be freaking broke. It would be insane. I don't know how we would all handle buying 75,000 ray guns. Now, the Ray Gun Mark III, I actually don't think this weapon is as good as people make it out to be. I think this variant falls off like around round 50. So we're probably going to have to put this in the $10 range, but it's going to be at the top of it for sure because it can at least get you to round 50 safely. The Kraken can, but I don't know. The Kraken's weird. If we had the variants, I might put it higher, like I said, but the Kraken, you have to have like alchemical antithesis. The best place to use the Kraken is at the bottom of the Grand Staircase by Pack-a-Punch. When you camp there, you can get to pretty high rounds. You're eventually going to have to leave to teleport to go buy ammo, and that's where you risk dying because I don't really think it could save you. You have to spam it. So yeah, I think it's going to have to be below the Ray Gun Mark III. The Ray Gun Mark II. I love the Ray Gun Mark II. I know it's not super OP, but I love it. It has a beautiful place in my heart, in my mind, in my soul. It's going to go at the 50 tier. The Ray Gun Mark V. This is a little hard to see. I don't remember the letters that correspond with the element type, so I'm just gonna have to do it by color. This looks like the yellow one, which is infinite ammo, and I think this one should probably be $5 or free. Nah, just fucking with you. This one is gonna definitely go all the way at the top of that $80 price tag. We are broke as shit. Can I get a counter on that screen, please? So we have the Ray Gun Mark II X. This is the double assault rifle thing. Pew, 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 pew. I think this one's going to have to be probably in this $25 price range. It's probably smack dab in the middle. I think that's fair to say. The Ray Gun Mark V, that is the explosive one. That one's probably going to have to go in the $50 price tag. Probably at the bottom with the Ray Gun Mark Z, which is the shotgun ray gun. I love this one. It's so much fun. I like it more than the original Mark II. I like it that much. Plus the original Mark II, like the original ray gun, it's going to be in so many games, so we're going to be broke as hell. However, I think the ray gun should still be free because it's also very inconsistent across games. In some games, it's overpowered. In other games, it's underpowered. In Cold War, they finally made it super OP again. And honestly, I can't pay for that kind of inconsistency. Get your shit together, Treyarch. The Scavenger. Now, I don't really know a lot about this weapon. I'm getting into Call of the Dead. I'm figuring out things. I know everybody loves it, so you know what? Let's do some fan service here and put this thing at fucking free. I don't ever want to see this shit again. Get it out of my face. The Sliquifier. This is an interesting weapon. I don't think it's super great. I know it's kind of fun to use, so we're going to put this in the bottom of the $25 just because it has that nice purple aesthetic. However, you are paying for it on Die Rise, which that hurts it a little bit. So maybe let's drop it down to the bottom of the $10 list. I think that might be a little bit more fair. The Staff of Fire. I love the Fire Staff. It's such a great experience. It's such a fun weapon to use. I think we might have to put this at the top of the 25 because it's not life-saving like the Staff of the Ice. The Staff of the Ice. What am I? The Staff of Ice. This is definitely one of the best wonder weapons of all time. We're going to have to put this bad boy at the top of the charts. It is that good. I love it so much. You can camp around with it in almost any spot because of that ice tornado that circles around you. It will save your life. It can take out the Panzer. You can do so much with it. It's just such a great wonder weapon. The Staff of Lightning, on the other hand, I know this one is good for the Panzer, but it's not really my favorite. It's actually probably my least favorite of all the staffs. So I'm going to go ahead and give this sucker a $10 price tag. I think that's where it's going to stay forever, and in the depths of the $10 bin. The Staff of Wind. Now, if this staff wasn't such a pain in the ass to get by shooting those robots' feet, because I can never get the spawn robot. Every time I run over there, the fucking foot is on the other side. I don't know how to predict it. Maybe I'm an idiot. Go ahead and call me an idiot. I don't really care. But all I know is that the Staff of Wind is going in the free bin. It's going in the discount Walmart free bin. You walk by, you look at some crap, you throw it back in there because you don't even want it. You might pick it up on the way out, but you probably won't. The Storm Bow. Yup, you already know. I think I like Alistair's Folly more. I think this is a pretty top tier list up here for all of the most expensive wonder weapons. The Thunder Gun. I'm pretty sure that the Thunder Gun is not as good as the Apothecon Serpent or the Staff of Ice or anything like that, but it's so fun. It's so iconic, and that's why it's going to go in that $80 price bin all the way up at the top. But we have its not predecessor, but we have its successor, the Tundra Gun, and this thing was fucking garbage. I actually think it should be below the Jet Gun, at the bottom of the tier. I never want to use this weapon. When I play Tag or Totem, if I get the Tundra Gun, I actually turn off my console and throw my disc out the window. That's how much I hate that gun. So we have the VR11. This is also going to be a freebie. I don't really see the point of it, to be quite honest. It's like, I know it turns them into like CIA enemies or whatever, but like, if you have the Scavenger, why would you need the VR11? So it just doesn't make any sense. The Wave Gun, this is actually an interesting weapon to rank because it has two different types of usage. You have the Zap Guns, and then you have the whole entire Wave Gun. I like the Wave Gun. I just don't like Moon. Moon plays weird. I don't like the slow-paced anti-gravity thing. I don't like how I have to worry about oxygen all the time. There's too many variables, and the headset, like when I'm playing, I can never hear the announcer. So just because I hate Moon so much, I think I'm going to put the Wave Gun a little bit lower because I wouldn't want to pay for something that I'm not going to use very often. So let's put this at the top of the $10 bin, or not. Actually, you know what? $5. I'll give it $5. I'll toss it a 5e. The Winter's Howl. Now, this is an interesting weapon as well because we have it in Verrucht on BO1, I think. We have it on Classified. We have it on 5, the originator of that wonder weapon. It has a really strong fall off, just like the Ray Gun Mark III. So I don't really think this deserves to be any higher than 25, but for the sake of being fair, because you know I'm all about fairness, that's why I put the Scavenger at $5. We're going to put the Winter's Howl at the middle of like $10. I think that's a fair assessment. So Activision, if you're watching, I'm doing your work for you. You don't even have to worry about this. The Wolf Bow, it's an interesting bow. It's like the Thunder Gun, but it's not as OP. It's pretty fun to use. It's fun to upgrade. I like the little story it tells with the upgrade. That's always a nice touch when you have a quest that incorporates this like enchanting element of a sub-story inside of the main quest. Very beautiful, very beautifully done. Gotta love Treyarch for that one. So the Wolf Bow, that's gonna have to go, I think at the top of, nope, top of 25 or the middle of 50. Let's go with the middle of 50. I think that seems fair. The Wonderwaff DG1. What the hell's the Wonderwaff DG1? Okay, I think the DG1 is I think this is the sniper. Is the DG1 the sniper? I looked it up and it's not called that. It's called something else, but we'll just say that this is the DG1 Wonderwaff from Tag or Totem. Not a big fan of this weapon, but it's the only good wonder weapon inside of Tag or Totem other than the Thunder Gun. Not as good as that. We're not going to pay $80 for it. So I think this one, I have a hard time giving it $10. I really do. I just don't like this weapon at all. I think it's so lame. The Wonderwaff DG2, though, it's iconic. It's actually OP. It's great in Vanguard of all games. It's great inside of World at War. It's great inside of Black Ops 1. It's great inside of Black Ops 3. You can use it forever. It's such a great wonder weapon. This is going to have to go all the way up around the $80 bin. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for our ranking of every single wonder weapon by price. We spent over $1,400 on all of these wonder weapons. That's nearly $1,500. I hope to God that this never happens. It is an absolute tragedy if Activision ever decides to take this route. What did you rank your Wonder Weapons by price? How did you rank your Wonder Weapons? Did you put anything at the $115 bin? Are you scared that Activision could charge us for Wonder Weapons? Do you think that's an actual possibility? Dear Lord, I hope not. But anyways, let's take another look at that list right here on screen. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.